Here we go. All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Nathan.
Hello.
And what is your name?
I have a name, and it's Chris.
Awesome. And we're the Ad Bros, where each and every week we review your favorite commercials. So in today's episode, we're going to be going through a Match.com commercial, a Subway commercial, and a Wendy's commercial. So this should be good. How do you feel about this?
I do think that the two fast food, one dating is a nice mix. I do feel like all these people are very confident about the work they've put out, and I hope we chop them down to size.
We'll see what we can do. So let's go ahead and start.
My name is Maddie. I have a really busy life. I travel.
Perfect. All right. So right away, I just want to say something about Match.com.
Sure. Very crazy.
Her name's Maddie, probably early to mid 30s, crazy life.
Insane.
She's got her friends, she's got her pets, and guess what she does a lot? She does a lot of outdoor activities to show how adventurous she is.
She doesn't have one thing, though, a partner.
That's right. And she's looking for one right now. And she's just having a great time by herself. She just needs someone to add to her life.
How happy is she?
I run marathons.
You're running away from your feelings, Maddie.
They all run marathons. Like all of them, like their display of value in the sexual marketplace is that I run 401ks. And guys are just like, I need to marry this person because of that. That's what's attractive to me.
Yeah, it shows that she works at stuff, which is good. They look very difficult, I have to say. I haven't run a marathon myself. They seem like they afterwards would just be awful. I think she just finished one in this thing here. She seems elated. I'm wondering if that's not 26.2 miles, but maybe she's happy that she just got to the starting line. What video, at this point that we paused it, or is she done or is she started? She doesn't know what pain she's about to go in.
I would say she's probably happy because she knows she's an actor that's getting paid for this and is not actually running that 401k.
Whoa, mind blown.
That's what she's happy about. She doesn't have to run it. Okay,
so she's got the gear on, but she's not actually a marathon runner. She's a computer programmer by day?
Not at all. No, she's a struggling actress that happened to fit the profile they needed for Match.com.
Can wear a hat. That's part of the profile.
Can wear a hat.
It is difficult to carve out time to date. So I joined Match.
1 in 5 relationships now begin on an online dating site.
Oh, how excited are they?
Oh, man.
Chances of hookup. What do you think?
What'd you say?
Chances of hookup, first date.
That guy's a major loser. There's no way he's hooking up.
You don't think he's winning?
No.
He's there at the bar early? Isn't that what they like?
No, definitely not. Look how much of a loser this guy is. Hold on, let's see.
How are you? What is a marathon?
26.2 miles.
Anybody doesn't even know how long a marathon is?
Dude, it really kills you.
No, wait a minute. Doesn't he?
Time.
He would have looked at her profile ahead of time. He should know. He should have done the research. So we know that. What's his name? John. John is lazy.
No H. By the way, that's pretty suspicious to me.
Yeah, don't we question that?
Yeah, I mean, I always thought there should be an H in his name at least, because that's suspect for sure.
Yeah, I would say that the fact that he's missing a letter in his name, obviously.
Yeah.
And
like what else?
He didn't do his research. Right? He's he probably left the H out because he's lazy. He didn't do any research on how long a marathon is, which is extremely easy to do. So he's lazy.
Right.
So Maddie's in for like essentially just sort of a dead rock for a future husband.
He looks, he might. He's looking pretty good on this date.
He's got the sweater on, maybe. I don't know.
His body language is good. He teases her a bit about and challenges her about how anyone can run a marathon.
26.
Yeah, but the 0.2 it really kills you.
And they're laughing about it. So I would say it's pretty solid. I think his nights can be pretty good.
Yeah, what would you say? So that's. Oh, sorry. That's dinner, right? Yeah,
dinner first date, which I don't do.
So what's going on after that? Like what kind of, in all seriousness, what's the next place they go to?
Drinks.
Does that continue?
See, if it was him, first off, I wouldn't do this, but if you were going to do a restaurant first, you do a restaurant, probably should figure out kind of what food she likes if you're going to do that. So you go
He's
there.
Not going to do that. He's lazy. We know that about John.
Yeah, John is without
the H.
But then if you're going to go to a bar, you want to go to a bar that's going to be near his place.
Home game.
Yeah. Be next to your, and that way the logical third venue is drink at my place. It's right there.
For sure. So in between his potential place, if John is smart enough to do the research on where he lives, which we know he doesn't because he's lazy.
No.
What's the second place they go to, do you think? Do you think they go to like the Chuckle Factory?
A lounge bar. Lounge bars are great. You can
But what do you think John would do? Not what you would do. What would John do?
Well, John would like a lounge bar.
He go to Subway?
No, he wouldn't go there. He is lazy and he would probably want a couch to sit on.
Okay, yeah.
It goes in his favor because you can break that physical barrier now. You don't have to be across the table from someone like an interview. Now you can be close to the girl, get physical, and then take her back to your place.
Yeah, couch with an ottoman, obviously, because he can't have his feet not suspended because
lounges are the best, man. I had a date in Chicago where I took a girl to a lounge. I didn't know much about it. Walked in. It was fairly empty. It was kind of on a weeknight, kind of early. We get in. There's couches. There's couches lining the walls, like red velvety couches, dim lighting. Perfect. So we got physical there, which was great. After like in conversation, whatever, and we looked up and the whole place was filled now with people of one certain race.
Sure.
It was interesting. I was like, oh, we're kind of out of place now here.
For sure, but you weren't to start.
Exactly.
That probably made for an interesting night. But you were so enamored with each other, so engrossed in long stares and deep conversation about your futures that you didn't even realize that you were surrounded by other people.
Yeah, she was cute. She was literally from Russia. I think you know this girl. And from a very, very small town in like the coldest part of Russia.
Strogen, right?
That's right.
It's right next to that, though, right?
Strogen, right next to
yeah, obviously.
So Match.com might lead to more marriages, more dates.
Start for free today.
They're still having a good time. So
I joined because one of my mom's best.
Oh, there's another one. Pretty good overall. What did you think of that commercial?
So my guess is they took a good cross section of like whose profile is on there. They're like, well, most people are active and just crazy busy and need like a quick, efficient way to find a man. You know, if she wasn't running so many marathons, she might be able to find somebody, but she's running past all these people that she could actually be with. She would just slow down and not worry about her PR and her marathon, then she might be able to meet somebody. Right. So I think they probably found a good cross-section of somebody who's on there. Like, hey, life is super busy. It's hard to meet somebody. I like how they made it really, like, they make it seem real. It's obviously, that's like a layup. If you had if you genuinely had people who seemed like actors, it would be hard for me to believe like, oh, I'm going to go on there and do this too.
Right.
They did a good job with that.
I think the majority of people on those sites, if they showed them on a commercial, it would be hard to stomach to look at types of people like that. You know,
oh, wow.
They're just so disgusting looking. You know what I mean?
I used to be on those sites.
Yeah, I don't really do them. I came across them more often than not. Was that people that showed up from their profiles in real person a lot of times were not what their pictures portrayed.
Yeah, it's the theory we talked about earlier before this phone call was essentially like that's everyone's marketing, right? You go into, an ice cream shop and you look on the wall, you're like, oh my gosh, that ice cream looks unbelievable. And they hand it to you when you get the real thing, you're like, well, wait a minute now. This doesn't look like the picture. And that's just, we're all kind of like that. I'm sure that I look like X in the picture, and then when you see me in person, you're like, oh, X-2.
Right. I think
we all try to make ourselves look hot.
Yeah. It's true. There's a lot to that for sure. But for this woman, like you said earlier, I mean, if she's running
past these people,
running past all these eligible bachelors, I mean, she really needs to cut back on all the 401ks, on all of those marathons she's running.
That's the second time you said that.
Did I say that earlier too?
Yes, I should have corrected. I was like, is he talking about running a bank? What is he talking about?
You should have said something.
So clearly listeners understand that you're a 401k runner.
Yeah, all of our fans know they saw the mistake and not going to watch anymore after this.
No. What I mean is they know you're a runner.
Yeah, clearly.
Clearly,
I'm running
your knowledge
401ks
of
up and
finance and
down.
sprinting together.
Yeah, 401k for charity, for sure.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, it would, yeah. But yeah, I feel like she is, she's not, I feel like it was overall a pretty good commercial. They're showing probably a typical demographic for online dating, especially Match.com, mid-30s, looking for marriage, right? You go to an upscale restaurant, they want those types of experiences, and they're laughing at the date. They're clearly getting along. Match was the solution to all their dating problems.
Exactly. See, Match is showing pay dirt, right? They're essentially like, she's on this date now. And that, I don't think that part is the challenging part. The challenging part's not like getting two people in a room. It's getting in a room with someone that you can like click with. And that might not happen the first time, but that's marketing, right? They make you seem like, hey, she goes on. They didn't show you all the times that she got like disgusting messages from asshole robots.
No, you could like showing like
sup.
screenshots of her inbox.
Sup.
Yeah, sup. Hey. Or like, not even like, it's like, hey, and there's another one, it's like, you hot with the letter U.
Yeah, they don't have time. These are busy 401k people. They don't have time to be typing in Y and O.
And it's like they even misspelled the word hot, which is like a 3-letter word. But it's like, you hit. What does that mean?
Hit?
Yeah,
come hang?
Yeah, you hang. Yeah, come through. That's it. That's their opener. And she's like, well, I got to do this now. Like, I'm going to have to drop everything.
Why wouldn't I want to mate with this person, have them be the father of my future children? Right?
So embarrassing.
Can he spell? It's questionable. But he is a human being. Possibly.
Yeah. We'll talk about this off camera about Blake's situation. I went and hung out with him the other day, which was fun.
I heard you went to hang out with him. I have to hear about that.
So much fun. I forgot, like, because a lot of times, I go over there, it's your friend basically. So I kind of take a back seat to everything just because that's natural. But him and I, we really clicked, man. It was a lot.
He's fun.
A lot of fun. We have a lot in common now because of no drinking and other thing we do. So
for sure.
A lot in common. Yeah. But anyway.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, good commercial. Let's move forward. So let's go. There's a next one here, Subway commercial. So already I love this thumbnail of a dog licking a
What's this kid's name, you think? Is this old Josiah?
It kind of does look like a Josiah. He's got curly hair. His last name might be something specific to some ethnicity. For
sure. Does he look like he wants that dog on his face? I mean, like, generally kids are happy, but what do you think his anger level is here? Wouldn't it be funny if he was, like, super pissed off?
Yeah, it would be, but I doubt it. Josiah has always loved animals since he was really young.
And he loves what's the team name there as I lean in like an 80-year-old?
Oh, like man? Sports ball?
Yeah, the old sports balls.
Yeah, some generic name that says
swoosh.
Yeah, what is it?
I think it's the swoosh touchdowns.
It's the swoosh, swoosh touchdowns.
Great team. One of my favorites.
Yeah, all right.
Johnny Thrower is their quarterback.
Johnny Thrower and then Chris Catcher.
Bill Dunk.
Chris Catcher.
And Chris Catcher, sure.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. It makes all the sense in the world. Let's check it out.
Train the dog to wake you up extra early.
Oh, he's loving that.
Hand-me-downs. Didn't ask for the
God, how depressed does he look?
Instructor for a gym teacher.
You ever heard of playing hooky?
That's rough. That's a school, like an elementary school. There's gym teachers that yell.
Can we go back to him getting dressed? That's when you are, what do you think he is, like 9?
Yeah, what's this about?
Josiah. Let's see. Oh, hello. Pausing. Can we pause?
Sure. Screen sharing's paused, not this. So.
Okay. Hello. How are you? I'm just talking.
I'm resuming.
All right. Where are we? Did that all get caught? You're just going to delete it later?
No, I just paused it, but it doesn't matter. So,
dude, I don't want all our fans to think about that, dude.
Right. Yeah. I haven't even looked at our views, but I'm sure it's amazing. Thanks for
watching. Did you show Blake one of the episodes?
What's up?
Did you show Blake one of the episodes?
Mm-mm.
No, I talked to him about it. He tried to look it up, and it came up with that Pakistani thing that I showed you.
Right.
We'll get there. Yeah. It's very fun to do.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, Whenever you unpause it, let me know.
We are.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Yeah.
So my friend here, Josiah, the thing that he started his day out, this is when he had the most autonomy over his whole day. And he's picked this sweater that is obviously his older sister gave him, and he needs to really think about, like, this is the last opportunity I'm going to have to make a choice for myself. The rest of the day, everyone's going to be yelling at me and screaming at me and having me do things I definitely don't want to do.
Right. No, I mean, this look of sadness, it's really a look of dread. Or, I mean, it might be a look that says, you know, what happened? Like, I know I'm going to get a sandwich later, potentially at Subway, but what I'm really sad about is, I don't know, maybe one of their past spokespersons got into a little bit of trouble.
Oh, you think he's sad about old boyfriend Jared's really
sad about,
not talking to him anymore?
Yeah, he's sad about the past, the history of Subway. That's what he's sad about.
Oh, interesting. Okay. He hasn't lost a former friend, Jared, but he's just sad about the fact.
Yeah, he's sad about that. Yeah, what happened with that whole thing. I doubt he's sad that Mr. Jer is in jail, because I hope he's not sad about something else with Jared. I think he's not.
I don't think he is either. But I will say, I wonder if Jared motivated him to lose weight, and this sweater was from his previous weight. You know, I wonder if he's like looking back to a time when him and Jared had a lot in common, where they were both chubby, and now he's wearing this sweater from a previous life, not his older sister's sweater, but the fact when old Josiah was fat. Your thoughts?
Right. No, he could have been fatter, and so it's going to be ironic when he grabs a Subway later, because usually their whole case is that you lose weight by eating our food.
Right.
So we hope that he doesn't have to eat more Subway and loses even more weight, right? That'd be a problem.
Right. Well, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. We also hope that he's not going to use that to lose more weight and cure him of his food addiction, and he picks hate for him to pick up another addiction, right?
Exactly, because he might end up exactly where old Jer went.
Yeah, little Jer Bear.
Full of hand-me-downs. Didn't ask for the biggest books.
Heavy book bag. Did dump some of that off.
Gym teacher. Can't recall asking your
God, talk about verbal abuse.
or even remember what it.
Yeah, is that even okay at elementary schools? You can't yell at kids anymore.
So.
If that coach is not giving that kid a trophy within 5 seconds of meeting him, that's a problem.
Yes, today it is important that those children understand that a trophy upon their entrance into a room, then there's something definitely wrong with that picture. He's yelling at him like, what is this, 1975, where everyone hated everyone?
Instant celebration of his existence.
Exactly right. This is Gen Z we're calling, yes?
For sure, Gen Z. They need to know how important they are, how important and unique everyone is, and everyone should be rewarded for just breathing air.
An excellent accomplishment, obviously, for the the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide. Very proud of them. However, something we didn't realize here is today is November 8th, 2019. This commercial shot August 1st, 2009. Josiah here, if we think he's 9 in the video, is now 10 years older. He's 19. So if he's 19, is he still Gen Z or is he a millennial?
That's a great point. Yeah, if he was born in 2009 and he was 10 years old here, he was born in, what is that, 1999? Yeah, he's Gen Z.
He's, what is, generation's 20 years?
Yeah, it was 96 and on is Gen Z.
So 76 to 96 is, oh snap. 76 to 96 is
not 20. It's not exactly 20.
Millennial.
76. Yeah, 70. I think it actually. I thought it was like early 80s. Was like.
We'll check the facts on that, listeners. Don't worry about it. We don't need to hear from you.
We'll look it up later. I know you're.
We'll get back to you.
Why don't you comment below and tell us what the generations are, because we clearly.
Okay, now I like that. Hey, Nathan. Side note. Can we pause? I need to get my charger. My computer's running low on battery. I was not expecting this.
Okay. All right.
What are we talking about? We're talking about how old he was, Gen Y, Gen Z.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, you're right about that. He is Gen Z though, because he would have been born in 1999, which was after that cutoff point. So
exactly.
But yeah, if anyone's watching here, definitely comment below and tell us what your favorite generation is, what generation you're from, what's your name, your birth date, social security number, and
social security. We need it.
All those comment below. All right, thanks.
Exactly.
It was 4. but at Subway,
Wait a minute. He gets to go there by himself?
a delicious sub
Yes.
high with everything you want.
And he's also
and
tall
nothing
enough
you
to see
don't.
all the
Only at
ingredients as
Subway.
well.
Subway.
Oh, slow down there, Josiah. Whoa, super pumped.
Look at that face.
He is. Oh
What an
my God!
experience.
Look how delicious all this fake meat and bread is. I'm so excited.
Subwaykids.com. I wonder if their hero image is like Bear Bear in jail.
I'm just gonna think.
Just like behind bars. It's like that's subwaykids.com. Just as a constant reminder of what Subway is against.
That's exactly right. Now the thing is he went there by himself. This is probably where predators hang out the most. Don't you think they're talking to Jared and Jared's like, this is like the zone? Where's Josiah's parents?
He's getting all the tips. And that's where Jared actually primarily picked up all his lovers was at Subway.
Exactly.
He would go and troll subwaykids.com, find out their location, right? Because subwaykids.com, that's where all the traffic is. That's all the kids go. It's just where all predators hang out. Yeah. So I don't know, Subway. Gotta get your priorities in order.
I'm very curious what the move from being addicted to food to being addicted to children, like, is there not the same thing we talked about in the last episode with Match? What's the second? There must have been a second step in that process. If you
read about addiction and the psychology of it, it affects the same part of your brain as it's your reward center, right? Where you're really addicted to the dopamine release of the thing that reward seeking behavior. And so if you're addicted to one thing, it's easy to get addicted to something else because you're just replacing that addiction with something new. It just happened to be child porn.
No steps in between, or no, it's just like completely unrelated. It's like you may go from like addicted to food to like addicted to alcohol to like addicted to like porn to like child porn.
Yeah, there's always an escalation.
There must have been
track. Yeah, I imagine maybe alcohol just wasn't for him.
Yeah, maybe too normal and delicious. That's a problem.
Yeah, so it escalated for him, and he is where he needs to be. Most likely not eating Subway behind bars.
I think he's eating something footlong, but not a Subway sandwich. Back to you, Nathan.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, we do.
All right, so what do you think overall of this Subway commercial? It looks like Josiah here is very happy with what he ordered, which is nice. There's no buyer's remorse.
Oh, he's happy to get paid. He's happy to make sure his lawyer gets his 10% for making sure he gets Jared out of his life. I'm sure he's happy about that.
Based on how he looks, he's probably going to be a lawyer for sure.
I do not know what you mean by that. Nevertheless, I thought that if I was a kid watching this, I'd be like, why am I fucking watching this?
Right.
Kids aren't gonna fucking watch this commercial. Were they watching this 10 years ago?
No, but they probably understand what he's going through because you notice the path of the commercial, right? You introduce all these problems this kid's going through. His shirt doesn't fit. You got Coach Jim at school yelling at him all the time. His backpack is way too heavy. All these things are terrible. And then there was a really, really
that's great.
This moment in the middle, right here. And listen for the but, right? All these.
How close does he live to that Subway?
Hopefully within walking distance, next to like all the predators' houses. They used to.
Yeah, I was thinking. Hopefully, he's not walking by predators' house. He's walking distance and walking by predators' houses distance.
Well, that's the Jared strategy. You set up a Subway and then you buy homes next to the Subway.
Lure them in with fresh meats.
That's right. So watch this butt here.
But at Subway.
Hear that butt?
I see a picky kid. You're gonna get what you get, and you're gonna like it.
Listen for it. He says all his terrible things. Music comes in, and you hear "but." Watch.
Let's see.
Was for
music.
But at Subway restaurants, you get
all these problems.
We're the solution to heavy backpacks.
Yep, heavy backpacks. Coaches at school that will be harassing you. If your shirt doesn't fit, guess what? We have a solution. Go buy a.
Yeah, we'll fatten you up to fit in the shirt.
That's right. This is how life works, Chris. I don't know if you know this.
I did not know that any back issues I had, any lumbar support issues were going to be solved by a goddamn sandwich. I'm very excited. Thank you, Subway.
Thank you, Subway. overall, good commercial. It's definitely geared toward kids. I could understand it. Great traditional path of like introducing a problem, agitating that problem, and then introducing the solution. Happy kid at the end. He's eating Subway. Fairly healthy looking sandwich. Maybe that's another underlying part of their campaign is like eat healthier for kids. So
yeah, that last part's for parents. All those veggies. He would not be pointing at those. I'm sorry to pick apart your commercial, Subway, but you guys are turkeys.
Right. I mean, we're watching this commercial and it's got 33,076 views. Probably about 32,999 of those views were Jared himself. Just watching this commercial in jail by himself.
My two passions, 9-year-olds and fucking sandwiches.
That's right. It's a weird addiction combination he's got going there.
Very good.
Oof. All right. So
nice.
We'll move forward here. So now we got the Hot and Juicy featuring a little daughter and her faceless dad.
Yes. Headless Dave.
Yeah, Headless Dave.
From San Francisco Giants
Their
fan.
hamburgers hot and juicy, and we'll always make them hot and juicy.
That Hot and Juicy echo right out of the gate.
Yeah, the old back in time shot.
Yeah, well, flashback, Hot and Juicy.
Many burgers later, we have our friend.
It's like her dad says Hot and Juicy to her, and that's her face right there. It's like, it's a look of.
Look at the contrast there. She's like, that really stuck with her.
Yeah, she's definitely questioning what her dad.
I think she's very accepting, and she's like, I will have many delicious burgers over these many years.
Interesting, yeah.
213,000 views. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Again, a lot of child predators love these.
I guess.
Yeah, love them.
Very idyllic pigtails.
Years ago, my dad started a hamburger chain and named it after me. I love that about Dad.
You love that he named a restaurant after you. You're selfish.
Yeah, as a middle-aged woman, do you always want to be associated with something that's hot and juicy? I mean, that's how good is that for your self-esteem?
Wendy, couldn't he have named like a health club after you? What about that?
Right.
Not a lot of the bone there. That's fine. I can give you better material. Give me a second.
Today, we're introducing our hottest and juiciest hamburgers ever, and I'm naming them after him. Dave's Hot and Juicy.
Headless Dave's Hot and Juicy.
Juiciest.
That's what she felt about her dad, how juicy and hot
Those
he was.
do look good. I mean, clearly, if you just take a look at her, I mean, she might be enjoying these burgers a little too much.
I think if you look at the picture from before, right there is a great shot. That's what she looked like as a kid with like fiery red hair, like almost someone could say it was dyed. I wouldn't say that, but some people could say it's a dye job.
Right.
And maybe it's a windy place, windy, not the name, but like the actual weather pattern, like because her hair is perpendicular or parallel to her shoulders.
And those are just pigtails. It's a classic like child, pigtails, red hair, freckles. And then you turn into this and you do wonder, it's like how you get these burgers named after you. Clearly they're all free.
What the fuck do you think was going to happen?
What's up?
I mean, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? She's going to look like that in the cartoon pigtail flying picture, and then you're going to eat at your restaurants and...
Right. I mean, she looks like her dad with a wig on, honestly.
Dave's Hot and
Makes
Juicy.
sense, genetically.
The thickest, hottest, juiciest beef ever.
She looks like her dad with a
And a
wig
full
on.
butter toasted bun.
I don't know. Any self-respecting woman, it's like, how would you want to be named after a burger? It's like, hey, Hot and Juicy, come over here. It's like, that's not good for any woman.
That's not good. I don't know how much therapy she's gone to, but hopefully it's a lot.
Right. It's not working.
It would have made Dad more than proud. It would have made him hungry.
Yeah, she really growled that one
I'm
out.
looking mad.
Doesn't sound like her dad singing. It sounds like she's hungry for sure.
It would have made him hungry.
Oh, God. You know when it's real?
You know what happened there, right? They did multiple takes of that part, and the director's like, it's not enough, Wendy. She's like, you know what it would do to Dad? It would make him hungry. And the director's like, I need more anger. I need more
anger.
vicious.
Yeah, those guttural noises, please.
Give me guttural. Give me anger. Just, ugh.
Right.
That director had her growling 10 times just to practice.
Yeah, you can imagine how many takes that was. And by this point, yeah, she is pretty frustrated. She knows that she's She knows that when she ends this commercial and it's finally done, she can finally get that hot and juicy that she's been wanting.
She wants that beef.
Always wanting that beef.
Exactly.
You know when it's
real. Did you just say the same thing I did?
Yeah, I did. I just don't understand that. It's like that could be used for any business.
Except for fucking Wendy's.
Right. Because
I know when it's not real is when I go there.
It's definitely not real. There's that Wendy's over there by your house that I've gone to a few times.
Yes, I pass by it daily.
Have you been there late at night?
I try not to, not for caloric burning reasons, but for...
Because all your best friends are there and you just don't want to show up and talk too long?
Exactly. You get caught up in long conversations, very relatable conversations, and you go, I got to go to bed.
Right.
Come on, people. We can't be talking about marathons and 401ks in here. This isn't a match commercial.
Right. Running 401ks. Yeah.
I know when it's real is when I'm not at Wendy's. Go back to their little slogan. I don't know what boardroom they were like, we got to come up with something. What do you think?
You know when it's real. Because that's the whole point. That's why they would push that so hard, is because it's not real. And they're like, the general public thinks that fast food is not real. So guys, what should we do for our next slogan? We'll just tell them straight up it is. It's where every fast food chain has gone. I mean, they're going in that direction because of this health movement.
Yeah, and if they don't, they'll get left behind. I actually am like really impressed with like these companies that like never say die, but like the general, sometimes I get caught in my own bubble, but the general movement is like many people aren't eating this like they used to, yet somehow you continue to survive. You add salads to the menu. You just never say never. As much as I don't like these fast food restaurants personally, like, good for them.
Right. I mean, if you have a brand like that and it's been around that many years, you need to adapt to survive. And that's what they're doing. They're trying to adapt and they're doing their best. I mean, they're still
like Coca-Cola. You know, Coca-Cola sells a ton of, like, I was sick the other day. I had to hydrate. I bought some coconut water, and I bought, the name starts with a Z. I think it's called Zico. Bought it and was like, oh, Coca-Cola scooped them. You know, it's like smart. It's
yeah,
like,
I mean,
they don't think a genius to do that, but like they just stay alive. Coca-Cola's been around for years.
Well, they had to adapt early on. If you remember that back in the 50s, I think 50s or 40s, they had to adapt.
Well, you act like when you say, "Do I remember that?" You mean like from a history class, not when I was
from history, from reading it. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, remember that? I was like, no.
What did they adapt from, though?
You mean like post World War II? What are you talking about?
Well, yeah. I mean, what was their ingredients back in the day? Why is it called Coca-Cola?
Oh, yeah, like snippet of cocaine, huh?
Yeah, the coca leaves.
Or I guess from like the coca flower.
Yeah, I think it's leaves. Yeah, so like that's clearly addicting and addictive, and they use that, and they had to take that out and redo their formula because of that. So that's adapting.
That would be an interesting book to read to see like how that went down. I bet you they're like, oh snap, we can't use cocaine anymore. This is awful.
Right. Yeah. What a bummer.
As they were on the mirror discussing different ways to be able to resolve their formula issues. Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah, that's Wendy's, and I think it's a pretty strong commercial. People will really resonate with people because it's family oriented, it's tradition oriented. People love that. They love to see, daughter hand in hand with daddy. Daddy started the business, handed it over to the daughter. Good feelings. People are like, I would like a hot and juicy now because of that.
Yes, I do think it's obviously marketing is so much more than the actual product itself. It's like the feelings invoked. It's probably maybe even more so that. Yeah. So it's really good job by Wendy's to go, hey, father, daughter, just kind of like running the business and, bootstraps on, and we're just eating a few simple, easy burgers. And the actual facts of it are they're massively franchised. None of their food is actually real. And those burgers are probably not from cows from the United States, if anywhere.
If anything, they're like in a slaughterhouse, basically.
Yeah, and then even cow could be generous.
Right. But it's effective. It evokes strong emotions in their viewers because of the daddy and the daughter relationship. It's hers now. It's definitely real, and a lot of it would be really effective toward like families that are watching this. They're like, oh, I have a daughter too, like, and we want to be a family, and let's go get a hot and juicy.
Get a hot and juicy. Yeah. So kudos to them. Again, I know when it's not real, but you keep telling us it's real. So until I find out otherwise, Wendy's, you're suspect.
All right. Well, that is today's episode. Went through Match.com, Subway, and Wendy's. Make sure you comment below and tell us what your favorite commercial is, and maybe next time we'll review that.
And don't forget your social security number, everybody.
Yeah, and checking account number, please.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, thanks, guys.